In today's class, we will solve a big problem of chemistry, that is making of ionic compound, okay? Now, in this class, we will learn how to make ionic compound easily, okay? So, we can make formula of ionic compound if we know this table. If we know this table, easily we can make the formula of ionic compound. So, let's start. See, then in this table, we have discussed the positive ion and negative ion and their valencies. Okay, so here in the first, we will discuss all the positive ion whose valency is 1 and all the negative ion whose valency is 1. Okay, now you see this: sodium ion, lithium ion, potassium ion, silver ion, copper ion, ammonium ion, hydrogen ion. These are all ions, positive ion whose valency is 1. Similarly, chloride ion, bromide ion, fluoride ion, iodide ion, hydroxide ion and nitrate ion are the negative ion whose valency is 1. Same way, in this part, we have discussed all the positive ion whose valency is 2 and the negative ion whose valency is 2. For example, magnesium ion, calcium ion, barium ion, zinc ion, iron ion and copper ion are the ions whose valency is 2. Positive ion whose valency is 2. Similarly, sulfide ion, oxide ion, carbonate ion and sulfate ion are the common negative ion whose valency is 2, which is represented with 2 here. Okay, and third is these are the two positive ion whose valency is 3, Al3 plus, aluminium ion and iron ion, 3 positive valency. And nitride ion, phosphate ion and phosphide ion are the ions with negative 3 valency. So I hope the table is clear. Okay, now one more thing here we need to understand: naming. Okay, now you see this, the positive ions name doesn't change here. Positive ion, it is called sodium ion, lithium ion, potassium ion, silver. There is no change. Magnesium, calcium ion, barium ion, zinc ion, but we will write ion after the name of the positive metal. Aluminium ion and iron ion, no change here. Okay, but in the negative ion, the name changes. For example, chlorine ion, we don't say chlorine ion. The chlorine ion is called chloride ion. Similarly, bromide ion, fluoride ion, iodide ion, like this. Okay, sulfide ion, oxide ion, nitride ion, phosphide ion. Okay, like this the name changes. Here one more thing you need to mark is that if the negative ion is made up of same type of atom, that means it's only chloride ion, then the name ends only chloride, the name ends with chloride, ide. Okay, if an ion is made up of only bromine, then its name ends with ide. Only fluorine, ide. So one type of atom, if the negative ion is made up of only one type of atom, then its name ends with ide. But if the negative ion is made up of more than one type of atom, like here it is made up of 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygen, then its name ends with 8. Okay, now you can understand here like this, if a negative ion is made up of more than one type of atom and oxygen is present, then its name ends with 8, like nitrate ion, carbonate ion, sulfate ion, phosphate ion. Here, along with phosphorus, oxygen is present, along with sulfur, oxygen is present, along with carbon, oxygen is present, along with nitrogen, oxygen is present. That's why its name ends with 8. Okay, you see 8. Okay, the hydroxide ion is the exceptional, where it is made up of O and H and it is called hydroxide ion. Otherwise, if it is present, if an ion is made up of more than one type of atom, then its name ends with 8. Okay, so this is the thing which you should know about the table. Now we will come to the most important part, that is how we will make the formula. Okay, now you see I started with the easier one, like sodium chloride. So if I want to know the formula of sodium chloride, then remember one thing: while you are making formula, just follow step. Okay, step, you need to follow the step. So suppose I want to make the formula of sodium chloride. In the first step, I will just copy their ions. Suppose sodium ion is Na plus and chloride ion is Cl minus. So first step, I will just copy the ion from the table. Then I will check the charges, or I can say the valency. Then I will check the valency. Now you see this, sodium has one valency and chlorine has one valency. Because their valency is same, so they will cancel each other and the formula will become NaCl. So if I am making the formula from the ion whose valency is same, then you will just cancel each other. Okay? For example, one more example we'll see. Suppose I want to know the formula of magnesium oxide. Now you see the magnesium is 2 plus and oxide is 2 minus. Both have valency 2. Both have valency 2. So they will cancel each other and it will become MgO. Okay, so valency, if valency is same, they will cancel. Similarly, if I want aluminium phosphate, since the valency is 3, so they will cancel each other. 3 plus will cancel 3 minus and the formula will be AlPO4. Okay, so if the valency is same, then formula making is very easy. We will just cancel their valency and we will put the ion together. But the problem where arises when the valency is not same. Suppose I want to know the formula of lithium oxide. As I said, first step, you will just copy the ion from the table. Lithium is +1, so I copied +1. And oxide is O2 minus, so I copied O2 minus. Since the valency is 1 and 2, so here we will not use the cancel funda. Here we will not use the funda of cancel. What we will use, we will just exchange the valency. What does it mean? Since lithium is combining with oxygen and oxygen valency is 2, so number of lithium will be 2. Number of lithium number will be 2 and oxygen number will be 1 because oxygen is combining with lithium whose valency is 1. So here what we will use? Here we will use the exchange of valency. So if you will understand this concept, this arrow, then formula making will be very easy for you. You will only exchange the valency. Lithium is 2 because the valency of oxygen is 2. Oxygen is 1 because the valency of lithium is 1. So the formula of lithium oxide will be Li2O. Similarly, we will come to next. Suppose I want to know the formula of calcium hydroxide. Okay. Now here what I chose hydroxide which is made up of O and H. So the first step will be same. I will just copy the calcium ion Ca2 plus and the hydroxide ion OH minus. Is it clear? Remember, what is the common mistake children do? They write calcium. Okay, okay. Now we will check that calcium is 1. Calcium is 1 because hydroxide valency is 1. So calcium is 1. Okay. But OH is 2. OH is 2. So OH we will write 2. But this formula is not correct. This formula is not correct. Why? Because here the correct formula is CaOH whole twice. Matlab means what? You will have to write this 2 outside the bracket. Okay. So why this is wrong? Because according to this formula, there is 1 calcium, 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen. Whereas according to this formula, there is 1 calcium, 2 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. So this is correct because 1 calcium, 2 oxygen and 2 hydrogen is correct formula. Okay. So what I am trying to explain here is this charge is outside this whole bracket. Whole bracket is considered as 1 ion. So the 2 will be outside this bracket. That's why it is CaOH whole twice. One more example, silver phosphate. Okay. Now silver is +1. I copied from here. Silver is +1 and phosphate is PO4 -3. I copied from here. Now the same funda we will use. Okay, there will be 3 silver because the charge or valency of phosphate is 3. So I wrote Ag3 and there will be 1 PO4 because the charge of silver is 1. So I write PO4. So I hope so it is clear. The only thing you need to understand is the exchange of valency for making formula of ionic compound. If you understand this exchange concept, then you will understand the formula making.